So we can have a word with you.
Not only the shy,
Man,
but all of Black America.
all of us.
Brown America too, man.
Huh?
We need you to come up to the pulpit.
We need to have a word with you.
Thunder will be disappointed, man.
She would.
And
Hopefully she ain't rolling over.
Man, and he tried to bring in Colin Kaepernick into this bullshit too, bro. He would have railroaded him at the White House. So for all you apologists, you Yeezy Wells, I just want to say now, I know it's a somber day.
Yeah.
But we gonna put in the collection plate.
Wow.
Because we know he need treatment.
Preach, doctor.
And that Kardashian brand ain't gonna be good enough to get him the treatment he needs.
Yeah, I'm sure I ain't.
He need that real down home soul food.
Wow.
Eating.
Wow.
Mac and cheese.
Preach.
Ham hocks and greens.
Say it again.
He needs that right now, man.
No doubt.
The Calabasas life been bad to him.
I want to move back to Chicago.
Can't he move back?
Nope.
He need a cold winter. And a hot summer. We out here.
Some Earl's chicken.
What's going on, man? This that boy, Unspoken Conversation.
Let them know who you is.
Antoine the Source.
CJD boy, fresh and charming, lovable asshole.
And we got two guests up in the building, man. You know.
Yeah. I am Ebony, Elijah from Nebraska. No, I've been here for like 15 years, so.
And we got the Black Picasso.
Hey.
That boy got a chill. This is Spencer Evans. I'm originally from Houston,
Vincent
Texas.
Van Doe.
I've been in Dallas for about 3 years. I'm a professor at University of Texas at Arlington and a local artist.
Okay.
Hey, man. You know, we always want to bring in bright minds, you know.
No doubt.
And I feel like anybody with a platform of their own, you know, just go ahead and have a nice marriage with the Unspoken Conversation platform. Let this be a platform for growth. And we just coming up together, man. So plug in and walk with us.
I'm really happy to be here.
You got some of your students there? Because this shit about to get wrong. Everybody look at you different than semester.
We're going to see how this goes. See if they can find somewhere. They can find somewhere.
You might have to leave the link off the page after this, man.
You can only share this with your closest friends. You can't be on your public.
Yeah.
You can't be on your public page, bro.
Yeah, that's probably what it's going to be.
They might send you email.
Man,
Straight
but
up.
you know we had to come in with the eulogy because
Speak on
Kanye. Wake up, Mr. West. All I can say right now, man, is
Take your mask.
I was mad at one point yesterday because the nigga went in there and put on a fool of a show, man. The coonery was at
That
his
nigga was
peak.
tap dancing and smiling.
In front of the camera. I didn't realize it was going to be all that media,
Bro.
man.
And at first, I seen like snippets on the internet, but when I got home last night, I looked at the whole, I think it was like 20-something minutes, the whole.
I couldn't do it.
Oh my God.
You sat there through that?
Oh,
Once
no,
I
I
saw him
did.
going in there,
Just
with
when
that
I
hat,
heard it all.
once I saw the hat and him hug, the picture of him hugging him
I
at the
love
wedding,
you.
You knew it was some bullshit after that.
Trump didn't want that hug.
He
I'm
just
telling
need
you,
love.
you saw Trump. He told me to come over
You
here.
gonna come over here?
I think he got Secret Service like, you motherfuckers
Oh,
fine.
straight up.
You two motherfuckers is fine that's behind me.
They had a meeting last night.
Man.
I think what pissed me off even more is the fact that he tried to, drag Colin in that bullshit.
Man, yeah, you can't do that.
Because for all you people that wonder why we don't want to go to the Oval Office, and our black leaders and our spokesmen don't want to go, that's bullshit right there.
Right.
They railroad you with a show.
Right?
It's nothing peaceful. It's nothing behind, closed doors. It's going to have to be a spectacle. Because he want that photo op, man.
Yeah.
And I think why myself and other people are so upset about it is Charlamagne had a good way of saying it. His voice is too big.
Right.
Kanye's
And that's
voice
what I
is
said.
too
I'm
big
gonna take care of
to
it.
allow him to just go to the other side with no back, with no fight.
Because we ain't with him no more.
I don't, and the thing is, I can't
hate
fuck
to
with
say
him,
that,
bro,
yeah.
but it's sad because he was actually one of our champion artists for a long time.
Exactly.
And I think he stood for something to everyday man. Because you gotta think, Kanye made it cool to, even though he was college dropout, he still spoke about it. You could be normal, bro. You know what I'm saying?
And when he said George Bush don't care about black folks, nigga, we was all raising our black fists like, nigga,
Straight up.
I'm going to get your shit.
now we here.
Nigga, we here. You here now. You with us now.
No, now we here.
How
How the fuck did we get here?
How did we get here?
And I really don't want to blame the Kardashians because that's a wrong
No,
way
you
to
can't.
think.
You can't blame
And I hate
them.
when people blame the
People that go even over there.
Kardashians because the
sometimes
Kardashians
tripping,
ain't making this.
They not doing this type of shit.
Because they care less about
They're not
it.
doing this type of shit.
They care less about this politics. They're about green and marketing.
You know, their brand is worth more than
But-
Kanye's brand. So
But
they
you know
care
what
about
it
their
is, bro?
brand.
I feel like he just loves to buck the trend.
That's it.
Yeah.
But I think he did the wrong. I think he went about it the wrong way this time because he losing us now.
What
And once
you
you lose us,
what you thinking, Ebony?
Y'all don't think he don't have anything like behind this? Like, is it for to build up, like an album or something, or
I think
the
it's
brand
a
of the Kardashians, or it maybe it's some, he's doing this for a reason. He's intelligent, so. He is intelligent. He's an intelligent
No, I'm not
guy.
saying-
He
At
is.
first,
I
thought
think
it was
musically wise, he's a
Maybe he
genius.
still is.
And I thought it was marketing, but nigga, you came out with all these projects.
He went
You know what I'm saying?
But he still may have more projects,
I'm like, bro,
No, one album you want to record
I'm
on.
playing
Wait, hold on.
here.
Who you got?
Yandy.
Oh, yeah,
That's
Yandy.
coming out.
Oh, okay.
I feel like this may be connected to that because the last shit he did that right before the bipolar thing.
Right.
And that, what was it, 7 songs?
Right.
Yeah.
All 7 of them, they went top 7 on Apple Music right after that. And
That's what I'm saying. It's a reasoning.
Well, I
Like his camp done built this up for a reason. I really don't feel like Kanye. I think Kanye know who he is. He's from the Midwest. He goes to Chicago, and when he's in Chicago, he's in the hood, he's in the studio, he does what he do. But I think this is just something to grab everybody's attention from something else. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie.
That's
I'm
I
gonna
think
be
he
real
went about it
tempted
the wrong
that when
way.
that album out there midnight, he's gonna be.
I agree.
No, but
I agree.
Just piggyback off what Ebony said. I think she's kind of changed my perspective on this. Now that I know he's coming out with Young D, and
Right.
no matter how you feel about Kanye, you're gonna be real tempted to see what the fuck he's
Oh,
talking
yeah,
about.
absolutely.
Right. He grabbed attention.
Because now I'm thinking about it, it's like, okay, he tried to give the Make America Great hat. Like, it wasn't Make America Great again. He recreated a Make America Great hat.
Well, when does America ever been great?
But no, that's why I said,
Oh, yeah.
listen. He said Make America Great. He didn't put again on the hat that he gave to Trump.
Okay.
So I can align with that. Because I hate when I see that MAGA because I'm like, when has it ever been
It's never
great?
been great.
Right,
It's
never.
You know, we're a country that's been built on other people's bank.
You think Trump gonna have lunch with Willie D?
Where did that come from?
No, I said it to say this. As long as you
Willie D is
are
sweet.
no.
Right.
But no. I say that to say this. Okay. Anytime us as a people, I'm not saying Kanye is tearing us down, but he ain't in here saying, okay, I need something to uplift my people. I need something positive for us. I need some. Yeah. No. They're not going to invite you to the White House for that.
He said he won't.
He said, I love you and give me a hug.
He said
But he did that to
Larry
get
wants
into
to give a
that
lead
fight.
because
he
he can
feels
talk to
like
gang
no,
members.
that's not why. He said he feels like he's the second coming of Larry Hoover and he wants him to be free. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What?
But no, he did say like Larry Hoover should be free because he's one of the people that can go to Chicago and be like, listen.
I believe
y'all
Larry
stop all
Hoover's
this.
been in there too long. But what I'm saying is,
Okay,
you
no,
to say that you
no.
the second coming,
Nah,
you his spirit.
But he said he was a guy.
That's what I'm saying. He don't know what he is. He
He ain't took his medicine.
when your wife say you change your mind, when your wife say you change your mind every morning, you do that.
You got a problem.
Like,
Kanye.
I mean, my mind kind of the same every morning. I don't want to get up and go to work today. But for her to say, okay, you change your shit every day. Why wouldn't Kim at the White House with him? Nigga, when you are married, in the union of marriage, your wife is supposed to support. I'm not saying suppose like old days, whatever. I mean, as a husband, you should support everything your wife does. Now, some shit like that to go on. She didn't have a conversation with him, which, okay, she wasn't there, right? No, she wasn't there. She wasn't nowhere near. She wasn't. All the antics that he done, she's been nowhere around. Let me finish my point. You're married to this man. This is your husband, father of your children. If you're not there, that lets me know that you didn't pull him to the side and say, "Hey, no, what, you know what? Fuck, don't do that."
She don't care.
But as his wife.
She don't
Keep going
care.
back to this like it's a normal relationship.
Right.
But I'm trying to normalize this as much as I can.
No, these are not normal people. These are not, they don't live in our society.
No,
I guess that proves
the
my
thing
point.
is, like, you about to get married. You about to walk down the aisle. When is it?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You know how long you got?
She ain't no Kardashian.
Do you guys need bartenders?
Ours is already got it.
Oh, they do? Oh, okay.
So the reason I say this is because, okay, how you feel about this? You know, as far as what he said, to piggyback on believing that you have to align with your spouse.
Yeah. All right. So honestly, when it comes, because like this ain't the first crazy shit he's done or said since he's been married. True. And there's been times when people have asked her, what do you think about this? And she always has something to say about it. Well, you know, Kanye just happens to be passionate about this. Blah, blah, blah. He doesn't subscribe to certain things. And so I get the feeling that as a married couple, they probably do talk about like, man, I'm finna do this shit and blah, blah, blah. And because I honestly see Kanye as a performer. This kind of stuff, people try to say, you know, he's mentally disturbed, that he done lost his soul, blah, 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 whatever. But I think a part of this has to be a performance that just kind of like spirals out of control in the moment. Because he's talking about a dude who is an artist, who has become an icon for his art and has made millions of dollars that allows him to kind of move however he wants to. So you can kind of, it's like being a child. It's like he's at recess all the time. He get in front of the cameras and it's recess.
That's what they said about Michael Jackson. That's exactly
You're
what
aloof.
they said about him.
Yeah, because I think,
You made a good point, bro. I never really thought about it like that, but that's real shit.
because I'm glad you said Michael Jackson, because I feel like
Yeah, but I talk bad on Michael.
That's why they said he
Damn it.
created Neverland is to be a kid.
No.
It's always living
Right,
in
you
that
gotta
mind
think,
frame.
some people, they become their art, meaning like you're not
It consumes them.
you're not actually on in the human wave now, bro.
Right.
Like you can insulate yourself,
Yeah.
especially in these because like they said, Kanye at one point didn't even have a phone. Kanye has always tried to be, you know, if everybody going right, I'm going left. You know what I'm saying? And so I honestly believe, I think he's just playing a dangerous game now when you start dealing with politics, because it's a lot of copycat mentality, and you have the wave of a lot of the youth. And so you have some with no direction, and that's why it's dangerous, because you got to think this is the next wave.
There's a lot of people that listen to you.
It's the next wave.
That's my problem with it.
And also, they feel like they control and get away with this shit to become famous. And that's why he trashes up a lot of the game with these movements, because everybody else feels like they can be this way just to grab the headline and grab the attention. And what happens is we have no substance after a while. And that's why I feel like
preach, boy.
I don't know, man. I just get so frustrated. I didn't want to harp on Kanye.
Yeah, me neither.
But
we had to touch on it.
We had to start it off.
Well, I mean, we had to touch on this shit.
You know, we got two guests in here. Both of them have great things going on. You know, and so we're gonna tap in with the illustrious Ebony. You know, let her know exactly where she's coming from and for joining us, and just let people know who you are.
So my name is Ebony. I'm born and raised Omaha, Nebraska. O-N-E.
Corn Huskers.
You was a football player, so I'm pretty sure you know all about the.
Cold
Everybody don't know about the Corn Huskers. So
that's all.
We were Iowa State fans. I mean, my brother was a football player, so I already know. I own a bartending company out here. It's called Rare Essentials Mixologist. We go to all different kind of venues, any events, be it corporate, be it private. We provide you with a full bar setup. We do signature drinks. Everybody can check us out on rareessentialsmixologist.com, on all platforms, on Instagram, on Facebook. You can check out our pictures and, just our adventure. I always call it an adventure. We got 5 mixologists, and we can, provide you with like the best service ever. You guys will love us.
They get you fucked up for a good price.
She was gonna get us fucked up tonight.
I know. I was gonna bring like the whole mix, like a bar and
this
like
ain't gonna
a
be your
whole
only time
mixture.
coming in.
This rain ain't
This ain't
gonna
gonna be your only
between
time.
this rain
This
and
rain,
this crown, man. I think we need to
I
take
think
it
we
off.
good.
We need to take it off.
I think we good.
We would not have made it out of here. It'd have been all Ubers.
All these good oils in
go
here. I
ahead.
think we good,
Hey, man, I come pick up a car tomorrow.
Straight up. Straight up.
Exactly.
I ain't leave my car here.
And then then we got my boy Spence, man. We was in Eagle Scout. We was in Boy Scouts together, bro.
You look like you Omega,
awesome.
you Omega 5
Hey,
Psi?
man, you know
or sci-fi. My
Sci-fi,
bad.
yes, sir.
I wasn't Greek, so my bad.
It's all good.
Hey,
Already.
shout out to my boy Knowledge, man. You know he representing that crimson and red.
Flimarachi, where you at?
I mean the crimson and cream. My bad. Hey, don't swing on me.
You ain't lying. Hey, what he said about mouse on site?
On site.
On site.
Hey, we gonna have to have bail money that day.
Yeah,
He said you talk down on the frat, bro.
Oh, man.
So man, while we talking about slapping and fighting and punching this Conor McGregor,
Hey, they jumped his ass in.
Man.
hey,
Hey, that was cold
You
blooded.
got that
Say,
word.
man.
That
that Russian,
Hey, them Russians is different.
Hey.
them Russians is totally.
Hey,
They built
Dog.
different,
Tell you.
right?
They mob is like the Italian mob.
They not
Them
playing.
Russians ain't play.
Hey, we
They'll
ain't
pick your
shaking
part
hands
and
after
send your
this.
fingers to your mama.
Bro, what tripped me out,
They'll
dog?
mail
is
your
the thing
fingers to your mama,
is-
man.
is
Don't
what tripped me
play
out
with
is the
them.
boy came from behind them and swung on him after he
Yes,
climbed
bro.
the gate. So they trying to get him off of him. And here come another.
yeah.
Like, they had this plan.
Hey, that was the definition of it's like that. Like that's what it
Hey,
was.
on site,
It's
'cause-
like that.
Hey, and that's why it was so crazy to me because I never seen no shit like that.
No.
Like,
But kind of throw the damn shit through the bus. He ain't get suspended.
no, but,
So Buddy jumped over
he
the
got a
damn
case
gate.
though. He got a case.
And
He
got
did
thrown
catch a
out.
case.
But
Oh, he
they
got
threw it
thrown out?
Hold on, wait. What are y'all
Ah.
talking about? Because
Yeah,
I didn't see
they
the
threw
fight,
that shit out.
and I don't even know.
Okay.
I don't listen, y'all. I ain't
Okay,
been
well,
on
you know
the
Conor
news.
McGregor. You know the last person that Floyd Mayweather
I know. Yeah, I know. I
MMA
seen the fight.
dude,
I seen the end
Irish.
of it.
That's how
Stay
that's
drunk.
how the common
Right.
common black folk know about McGregor.
Yeah, he always talking shit,
Through
disrespecting.
Floyd.
like past the fighting
I seen the
ring
end of
He
the
talk
fight.
about your mama,
Yep.
your daddy.
But
he
what
goes
happened
real far with
with
it.
the lawsuit?
Well, he got his ass whooped last week.
right.
Got-
He was
he got
talking
tapped out.
noise
His ass tapped
to the
out.
Russians
Because
right.
the dude
To
was
the
talking
Russian
about
dude.
his
Right.
religion.
He was talking about his daddy.
I know. I seen it. I heard.
So
that.
after the
So-
fight, motherfuckers was in the audience, keep talking about shit, his trainers and shit. So the Russian would say, you know what? I gave him an ass whoop.
We know how this.
I
still got some
I still
left.
got a couple more
I got
ass
some
whoopings.
left.
So he
Yeah.
went. He fought his.
I still got
crew.
two more in me.
Buddy
He
jumped.
threw.
Oh, he jumped off the cage.
He jumped
and jumped into their
What?
pit.
he
Just
did a
jumped-
he did a dive.
He forgot it was like
Bro, he
18
just jumped
cameras
in and
rolling. He
just
said,
bam.
fuck this.
Wow.
You talked about my daddy. I ain't forgot.
So
I guarantee you while he was choking Conor McGregor out, he was looking at the crowd.
He was looking
"Hey,
like, I'm
remember
finna
that?
get y'all out
Right.
I remember that motherfucker
was
said, there he is.
No,
Then he
I
tightened up real tight. and was
I
like,
honestly
okay,
think he
I'm
threw
finna get you
I
next.
think he threw a signal at their ass like, "Come get this motherfucker."
oh yeah, his boys was waiting.
But say-
you gotta think about it.
That boy hit him with the ass.
But hey,
Like, hey.
take all that away. The highlight of that night was your nigga from H-Town. The heavyweight.
Oh, man.
That boy said my balls was hot.
Hey man, god damn, bro. Hey, when being a nigga goes wrong,
Hey,
like,
Spider, you gotta find that interview you gotta find that post-fight interview. That boy said my balls was hot.
he say Trump. He say Trump
The
gave
Russians-
the call.
Trump
Get rid of
called
the
him.
Russians.
Oh my god.
Well, man, make him look bad in front of the whole country.
Man, but it's like, okay, Conor didn't get suspended for throwing and he injured people on that bus. Like he shot two windows.
Yeah.
So when the one dude, Russian guy, Muslim dude, respect to his race, respect to his religion. He did something, climbed the gate, whatever. I'm not justifying that, but now you want to, suspend him. They did suspend, Conor too, but
I think if the
Really?
dude wasn't
Come on,
Russian,
man.
if he wasn't
Dana Adams for
Russian,
MMA is,
no, listen. If he wasn't Russian, I don't
Man.
think people would have been up in arms like that.
and they wouldn't have.
They treat him like a nigga.
Exactly.
They treating him like a nigga because you think about it.
But Caucasians come from
No,
the mountains of
but-
Russia.
No, but the
White
thing
people
is,
come from the mount.
We know
You're
what's been.
Low key,
They are,
I think it wasn't even the Russian thing. I think it was the fact that his name is Habib.
and he's a Muslim. And he's a
He got
Muslim.
2 strikes going
Yeah.
against him now.
And he's a Muslim.
Right.
That's it.
And he's a Muslim.
Because if it was like,
That's why I say respect. his
yeah,
religion.
if it was some other, because like, now we finna get into some other shit. Because like,
That's what we're here for.
when you think about like other Europeans,
Right.
who, because like whiteness is an idea, it's a construct.
Right.
And you learn that, you know that from when you hear and you see other, you see foreigners come who happen to be white or identify as white, and they already see themselves as over us. Mm-hmm. So if this was just like a Russian dude who wasn't Muslim and was just looked like a white dude, it probably wouldn't have been like blown out of proportion like that. 'Cause you got to think about it. Look how many people jumped on McGregor's side, and he's not even American.
Absolutely,
he is passing as white. Irish. Like that's what it is. So
and stay drunk.
That's it, and stay talking shit about whomever.
Irish.
And so
Irish. Hey,
he's Irish.
That's why James
we know
is
it's
so
bartender.
So shit. I mean, I don't know, bro. Granted, I look at this like it's a brutal ass sport. Like at times, I feel like shit like that may happen. I probably on that level, he probably could have chilled, but I have no problem with that happening because I'm a firm believer in don't let your alligator mouth get your hummingbird ass.
Hummingbird ass.
Shout out to T.I.
Do not.
I'm a firm believer in that.
Don't let your mouth write a check your ass can't cash. Goddamn, that was the era I came. I'm a little bit older.
You can tell when a nigga get his ass because he won't rematch right away.
You talk that shit, you gotta. Hey, like my daddy said, you talk that shit, you gotta swallow that spit.
Right.
And that shit was in your face.
He was on that mat swallowing that spit.
He was on that mat tapping out.
Hey, and I think, and so, I got satisfaction out of the fact that it wasn't us. You know what I mean?
You ain't lying.
You
ain't lying.
If that shit happened in boxing or some shit,
but they sweep that under the rug.
Can you imagine like a Floyd Mayweather fight or some shit like that?
It would still be on the news.
No, but
that should have been in the newspapers.
But what I'm saying is then it would have been all type of thugs.
Right.
Oh yeah,
they came for his license and all that.
When we protest, it's a riot.
Right.
When they protest, it's a protest. When college kids, when Minnesota wins the hockey, every year they, Minnesota, Michigan up there north, they win the hockey national championship. Them students tear the whole.
exactly.
Oh, they're just young students.
Well, even
they're
Texas
just
A&M building the bonfires.
But let us do it.
Right.
The fires,
a bunch of thugs.
Right. They had some people die behind that.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, bro. So,
it'll
never be even playing field.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't really been the biggest UFC fan, but they got my attention that night.
I'm not the biggest UFC fan. Only reason I watched it because my son and I had my little man.
I mean, McGregor one of the people you gonna watch because he kind of like Floyd, where he makes UFC something to consume for the everyday person.
But you can't keep getting your ass
the casual fan, because I can't name you 3 UFC.
You can't keep getting your ass whooped though, so you can't compare him to Floyd.
Straight up.
He got paid, bro. Once he got paid, hey, the motivation went left, Yeah.
He gonna be an undercard next fight.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Like you try to go to boxing, you got beat. You talk shit to the young Russians.
So the UFC world, we had to transition to that. Then what else went on? Quavo dropped today. He got
everybody's telling me that
he got the barbs barbs up in arms.
Hey, I had to run it back.
I heard.
Hey, we was in the corner way over here, and she really wanted to listen to the words, so I ran it back. I said, he's talking about. So when she heard it, she was like, whoa.
I'm conflicted on that.
He called her name out. It wasn't subliminal.
Several times.
It wasn't subliminal.
That was on the loop. Yeah.
But she dissed that nigga on Barbie Dreams, even though she was talking about everybody. But
yeah.
She gave him
she said some real shit about him.
She gave him
oh, really?
No, did you think?
No, I was just saying, you think that's what that was? You think that's why
Barbie Dreams was like Biggie's song. Exactly. Just like 50s, I robbed the industry.
Everybody.
But the shit she said about Quavo was like some real shit.
She tried the son.
Because they used to fuck around. And word on the street, he cut her off like, whatever I'm doing. That's why he said on the song, if I broke your heart.
Did you see the skit at his album release party? Yeah. Did you see the skit at his album release party where he had a girl playing? Nikki has a video where she was opening a Chanel bag for a birthday or something. She made a spectacle of it that he gave her.
Yeah.
He reenacted that at his album release party via skit.
With another chick?
With another chick. And so that's
why
I
heard
he said
her
about
audio
a Chanel bag. And so I'm kind of conflicted though. Because this is why I'm conflicted.
Let it be known, nigga.
I ain't the biggest Nicki fan.
Me neither.
But I ain't gonna lie, man. That ain't G, bro.
It really ain't.
It really ain't G.
I'm glad you said that. I'm gonna let you finish your point.
It's almost, no offense, it's kind of a female tendency to go back and forth.
How old is he?
Ooh, I'm glad you said
25.
That. It don't matter. It don't matter.
It don't matter. But
he
they
got
are
OG.
young.
You got
he is
OG.
Young, though. He is young.
Because you had nothing to gain. You can't win.
Ooh, I'm glad you brought this up.
Right.
because you look real petty as a man.
Right.
When you go back tit for tat with a woman.
With a woman, exactly.
Especially when it's you putting her out there like you got because she fucked with you. That means she confided in you.
Right.
She opened herself up to you.
Meek never dissed her.
And I can't
Meek
give him
never
that.
came
and that's why
nothing about it.
And it was
not.
I ain't gonna lie.
Gonna
It was
do
in
that.
poor taste.
Meek a different
He's
nigga
not
than
that type
Quavo.
of- right.
Different nigga.
Exactly.
But he also older.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But I
That's
think
what
Meek
I'm
is a real
You gotta
street
think.
nigga too, though.
You gotta think Nicki like 34.
I think Meek and Quavo
Right.
on different shit when it comes to street shit.
Nicki like
Right.
Nicki like 34.
Right.
Quavo like 24, 25.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So it's a start.
It's a huge difference.
You know, difference in mindset.
I see
Absolutely.
what you said.
And so, but you got to think.
She put that shit on him and made him reply.
Quavo the type of you got to think.
she put that shit
Quavo
on
been
him.
famous. He been hot.
He said
for a
on that
minute.
song he came out, what, 22? So
You gotta
what,
think, a young nigga
3,
from
4?
Atlanta, bro. You finally get Nicki Minaj.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you feel like that's
because before the fame, nowhere near.
so you feel like that's like a strike on a stripe on your head headboard and everything like that because you knocked off Nicki Minaj. But you have nothing to gain by putting it out there though.
Right. But if you don't have that guidance,
Right.
if it's
Honestly-
if they're not telling him.
Oh yeah, we gotta have a woman's perspective on that. Have you ever had a
Please
situation?
talk it to the mic.
Have you ever had a situation where guys put y'all, dealings on blast or even lied on this dick? Have you ever had that situation before?
I ain't never been in that type of situation. I would never deal with anybody on that type of level. Like I would never. No, everybody that I've messed with has respect me. So.
Hey man, yeah,
That's
you
what's
batting
up.
1,000 out here.
Bullshit.
But if
She
you
in a
don't-
home run every time.
Hey,
she
no,
step up
that's
the
good
plate.
selection is what that is.
Damn.
That's good
shit,
selection.
though.
Off
But
the
hey,
rip.
it's good that you say that.
Yeah.
Like
She
real-
knows her selection
Exactly.
of,
And I
that's
know,
a good thing.
Well, I know me though. I know me. So like I couldn't deal with anybody that's going to be negative, in any type of aspect. If they're going to be negative in your relationship, they're going to be negative outside your relationship.
That's a true
So when you
statement.
come up to that point to where that negativity is about to come, you cut back. You just cut yourself off. Like, nah, I'm good.
That's all right. Yeah.
So
I'm gonna just tell y'all young boys.
it took me a long time to get to that point though.
You said,
Don't replicate.
talk
the
to these
moves.
young boys, man.
Do not replicate those.
Don't
moves,
do that.
man.
It's like if the whole social media thing, you're dealing with somebody and like it could be this, take the rap shit, put the rap shit in social media. A chick put you on blast. If you go back to her, if you reply to this shit for everybody to see,
Yeah.
and all you well hell, yo shit stank and you didn't clean up and that nigga, that makes you
Right.
look
You look
even
right.
more weaker. That makes you look
Exactly.
super weak.
So
Exactly.
trash.
That make you look super weak because you showed your cards.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
She pulled your tail.
Right.
She did that shit for
She
a
got
reason.
to you.
Right.
She did it for a reason because she could have sent you a text.
And you took
She
the
could have
bait.
called you.
Mhm.
But she put this shit for the world to see.
Right.
Now, when you don't reply, then, that's like, damn, now that makes her look bad in
And
24
honestly,
hours.
and that's what I'm saying. Like, just all right. You won, bro. You got out of that unscathed. You ain't getting.
You want, I don't give a fuck what you
bullshit.
post about me.
You know what I'm saying?
I might post a gift like dancing, like, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm glad you really showing your side
was
to
it?
me now.
What was the gift?
I know we live.
Hey.
Like, what a camera. I don't give a fuck.
Hey, but honestly though, I think he also came. I think he was also caping for sister-in-law. You know what I'm saying? Like, Offset, Cardi. You got to think Cardi in the family now, bro. You know,
Cardi in there.
She in the family.
She
now.
in there.
His
And-
baby. She
and
got a
a
baby.
fight.
She got a baby.
And Cardi let them
So
niggas
you
know
come for
she'll
us,
fight.
You come for us, pretty much he drew the line in the sand.
Cardi gonna fight the studs
And
when they get
I think that's really what it was. Like,
Cardi the stud fighter when they get into it at the strip clubs in Atlanta. And Cardi there and they can't put their hands on the stud.
Right.
Cardi.
I think Cardi hates she famous sometimes because I know she be wanting to swing.
But
off.
see, one thing I respect
She
about
does.
Cardi B, and I will say this, and I don't say this about a lot of motherfuckers. I say this about her. I say this about people like Willie D. I say this about people like Tupac. No matter how much motherfucking money Cardi gets, she gonna be motherfucking Cardi. Period.
Right.
Yeah.
Take it or leave it.
Yeah.
She done let us know. I don't give a fuck about none of this. I'm not saying she's right for jeopardizing her fame and all that, but
She
at
got in the
same
fight at
time,
Fashion Week, bro.
Nigga threw a shit and
Threw a
walked out,
shoe.
knotted up like it wasn't nothing.
Hey,
Any diva would have
listen.
been like, "Oh my god,
Listen.
cover this up. I don't want the
On
cameras to see
site
it." Nigga, she
means
walked
on
out
site.
talking shit
On
with a
site.
with a
On
knot.
site me.
nigga.
Because like
When I see you,
there was part of me that wanted to be like, damn, why you do that?
Right,
But at the same time, I
it
was
was like,
thinking like,
nigga,
you know
you-
what? Fuck with all them people
Yep.
thinking and what they
nigga,
talking.
you
Because
talk
like,
that shit.
yeah, like you
Yeah, she talking about.
Cardi brought
I'm
that
right
energy.
here. I'm
Yeah.
right here.
Cardi brought that same energy.
She didn't want that.
Nicki didn't bring that same energy.
didn't want that.
Nicki's podcast, she talked
No.
shit about everybody.
She said,
She
"Come
talk
out here."
loud and be doing all that loud queen shit.
Yeah.
But when Cardi was in her face, he was behind them.
We all went to school with a chick like Nicki. Do you think?
Oh, hell
We
yeah.
all
We
went to
grew up
school
in-
with
in
that
it-
chick.
Act like she
in
was
the
cold.
neighborhood.
She was the cutest,
Yeah.
but she act like she had a
Talk the
little
most
street in her.
shit.
Yeah.
That was my sister.
And you just looking for somebody. And I ain't
She
gonna lie.
Yellow,
You was kind of
tiny,
looking for her to get her ass one
but she-
I
time.
wanted to get ass for one
Just
time.
one.
Soon as we go to an away football game,
But
hopefully somebody from the away team just whoop her ass. Because can't nobody from our school touch her. So I'm finna
Right.
pay somebody like, hey, you
Somebody.
see this bitch? Look at her. I know I got our shirt on, but look at her, man. We don't
Yo,
like her.
honestly, I really believe that because
I got $30. And in high school, $30. I got $30.
I mean, she one of the ones that just poke at you, and because after the Cardi
Oh,
thing,
no.
she went on this whole media run and had a show, and oh my gosh,
because her album wasn't doing
Now she
good.
started acting like the victim.
That's why she was mad.
So she
Because
started
her
acting like the
album wasn't doing
victim.
Good. She was mad.
Exactly.
So-
That's
You
why
can't
she
be
went
on
on
top
that
forever,
run.
man.
You can't.
Right. Or shit, you can share so much out here, so much money, so much fame.
But she said the same shit
but
about
sorry,
Little
like,
Kim.
embrace.
So why is it so hard for women in the rap game, in music, period? Because you got to think, you got Beyonce. You remember they got Carrie Hilson up out of here. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't lying.
Yeah.
What happened?
What happened
Jay?
to her?
Like,
Just-
She spoke ill
Last
about
time I seen her was
Beyonce.
almost
That-
Christmas.
She's like, yeah,
Is that what
Hey,
happened?
we seen her on
spoke ill
Almost
about
Christmas, man.
Beyonce. You ain't
She
heard
was
her
on
since.
Almost Christmas, dog. Come on.
She
man.
spoke
What
ill.
happened?
She spoke ill about
It
Beyonce
was
about
out
4
of
years
there.
ago, and you ain't heard
And
her
was
since.
out of there.
Beehive got
Hell
up out
yeah.
of here.
Beehive got her
I don't
ass
keep
up
up
out
with
of
that.
there.
Really?
I mean, Beyonce got her whole.
that's
Beyonce got
what-
like 4 lanes,
Why do you think Beyonce don't speak
and
her
everybody
shit?
else got 2 lanes.
She
You
don't have
cannot.
to.
You can't say
Hey,
nothing.
Hey,
But you have to
Right.
think about it. Beyonce is a great singer, one of the best voices we have
And
ever heard.
Beyonce has so much
And performer.
power.
And in nigga,
She has power.
She rehearses in heels.
She has
She
power.
is a motherfucking.
She has power.
icon.
She
Hey.
has power.
I
her
knew,
nigga got power.
I knew she had power. I knew
She
she had
has
power the
power.
first time. The
And her
first
nigga
time
got
she
power.
tripped down the stairs on a.
And stood right back up.
Hey, first time she tripped out. This was years ago, and I'm gonna tell you this.
I
That
remember
that
this
video
shit.
that video wasn't up. It wasn't up for longer than
2
like
days.
yeah,
It
that
was
shit
like 2
wasn't that shit
days.
wasn't up for long because like
And she jumped right back
she
up.
she
nigga.
hit them stairs and then it went out. It was like oh
was like
shit.
4 stairs.
Everybody was happy to see Beyonce be a human.
Because she
Right.
human.
Next thing you know, you could
Right.
not find that
You
video
can find that shit
nowhere.
nowhere.
Hell no.
Yeah, nah, we ain't doing
They
that.
took it
Get that
out.
of
They
there.
took the code out.
Yeah. treated that like an
the
alien site.
algorithm.
Right.
Any algorithm that show
And
me
you know
going
one more
on
thing?
the stairs. Get
One
that
more
out of
thing I
here.
respect about them is all the rumor shit. You know, before she came with that lemon shit, she
Lemonade?
put it out there.
No, you can't just say lemon.
No,
You got to give it a damn
well, I'm talking
name.
about the album.
No, why I say that? Because we don't
She
want the
went ahead and
Beehive.
got ahead of the critics.
Get
And,
y'all.
I know. See, yeah, I'm not trying to do that.
Put some respect
I don't
on my
want.
name.
I don't want no smoke with the Beehive.
Right.
They're gonna pull up
Look
on
like
you.
they
Even
gonna
if-
get your ass.
You know, and shout out to the LBGTD, but them fun boy niggas is gone. I don't want them niggas pulling up on me, cause them niggas, it's a lot of big of them that still got hands. But I say this, they got ahead of the Jay allegedly cheated, whatever. She
With
went ahead,
Becky with the good
she went ahead
hair?
and put the shit on the album.
Becky
she got
with the
ahead of
good-
that shit.
Becky with the good hair.
Jigga on the 444 album. After Beyonce shit came out, oh well shit, well Jay got ahead of that shit. He admitted, hey, just like Tip on his last album.
Yeah.
As long as when you get ahead of the shit,
There's no power in it. People can't.
people can't come back and be
It's
like,
out.
I've already said
Yeah.
this shit.
What's it? This old.
It's like
Late.
8 Mile with Eminem. When the motherfucker
Exactly.
say, yes, I'm from a trailer park.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm from this.
Uh-huh.
Once you go ahead and say, okay,
Yeah.
I did. Kevin Hart did the same shit.
Yeah.
Yes, I cheated.
No, Kevin.
Get ahead of the shit.
Hey, what Kevin did was
Okay,
trash.
I know this. Hey, Eb, I know this wind up right here.
Hey, go on, take-
Hold on,
Hey.
Sauce. What you got to say?
Hey.
Hold on.
Kevin
I know you
Hart-
about to say
I'm letting him go
something.
first.
Kevin Hart got himself out of there with that one. I don't
He
know
did.
if I just would have jumped in and go ahead and threw myself under the bus that way, because the video was trash.
It was.
It was inadmissible.
But it was him, though. It was him.
We don't know that, because I'm gonna tell you this.
You would have had to go down. I would have had to go down swinging. Hey.
Yeah, I'm not
wasn't
taking
me.
it. Now listen,
Nigga, I'm like Mario. I'm
but-
running to the screen.
But
Like,
I understand his logic in doing it, because Shorty was trying to extort him. He'd be like, "Oh,
She
you trying to
was.
extort me? Bet I'll do it myself." I just would have. I don't know. I just would have told Shorty like, You can try that shit.
Try it.
But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and talk to like it, because if you're gonna do that, because I don't think
I just said my wife already know.
Right.
So whatever you gonna say, I don't give a fuck. My wife knows. She on
wife,
speakerphone right now. Tell her, baby.
Right.
I already told you.
As somebody that's been called
You sound
up.
like Pinky. I got a girlfriend and a wife on the side.
She was. He so did. Yeah. I got a girlfriend and a wife on the side.
I got a wife on the side.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kevin Hart, though, man.
And somebody who's been caught up before, we know that's a sad day.
It is, man.
Because you got to find out how to handle it. And you just got to bite the bullet sometimes. But I think, like with Kanye, I'm not with Kanye. Damn, fuck you, Kanye.
I know. That nigga energy still in there. Kanye, get your funky ass out of here, nigga.
I didn't show you.
She showed me a meme.
Right.
I love you. Give me
between, that's the difference between somebody like Beyonce.
I saw that earlier. They wrong.
The internet has no chill.
They undefeated.
Undefeated.
Hey,
can't beat that.
I couldn't be a celebrity and fuck up these.
Oh no,
days.
I would have to get off of.
I'm off of.
Like the chick that supposedly was in the wreck with Terrence J when she said I'm finna get off social media for a minute.
We gotta get on that.
Got to.
We gotta get.
But
on
no,
that
finish your point though. We're gonna segue into that next.
Piggybacks off of the Kevin Hart.
Yeah, we're gonna segue into the next.
So, Terrence J.
My nigga said, "Fuck a segue." Let's go right into it.
This nigga ran into the number one fear of every man cheating.
Tore up a $200,000 car.
Every man cheating. This is his worst fear.
This nigga told
Get a wreck.
To get into a wreck.
And tear up a
side
chick in the car.
Tear up a $200,000 car.
The car don't matter. If the side chick is in the
Well, the car matters because
got insurance.
Anybody who tears his car up, the camera's going to be everywhere. This is somebody. That's why the car matters.
I don't care if you in a $15,000 car. The pain going to still be the same.
Nigga, if you in a...
Right.
Because that is the number one fear.
If you in the Equinox, ain't nobody really...
No.
But still.
But...
Because it goes on.
She said she wasn't in the car.
Hey, you got to flee.
But it's like three people said
when
that
she
was
came
you.
out with that statement, I wasn't in there.
But it's like
you pretty much let them know, like, that nigga was on that bullshit. And,
y'all was drunk.
And she fled with him, so she a rider. We know that, whoever she is.
You ain't lying. Keep her on your team, nigga.
But she about to get some bread out of this shit.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh, don't worry.
She got a lawyer now. She ain't returning none of that nigga calls. Talk to my lawyer.
TMZ on her ass like the police right now.
She is telling that nigga, talk to my lawyer.
We'll throw you 8 racks right now.
Baby, I thought we was cool.
10?
No,
what happened?
I guess I ain't known for that long, so yeah, I'll take the 10.
I give by next Wednesday, TMZ gonna be giving her a Skype interview.
I'm telling you.
But say, do y'all think Terrence J got money like that to just...
He got that E money.
I mean, he had to leave the car. I mean, you gotta leave the car.
He was in Black Panther.
He got the E money.
Hello.
No, he wasn't.
Terrence J wasn't in no Black Panther.
She said that so convinced.
She was confident.
Want to get away?
Terrence J. Oh, I thought that.
It was a lot of black. It was a lot of black actors in
Terrence J.
from 106 in Park.
106
Yes.
in Park.
Think like a man.
The other one.
Yeah.
I don't be knowing all them.
Think
people.
like a man.
I don't be knowing all them people, y'all.
And then he left
But
BT.
you can't just throw black. All black actors were didn't.
It was a lot of them.
A lot of them.
It was a lot of them.
Damn, let me find out that's your go-to.
You see Black Panther? No.
It's like
He
all
was in
of
Black
them.
Panther?
Oh, they was in Black Panther. Like what?
He went in Roots.
You could cover most bases with that.
That nigga was in Roots. Oh my God!
bad,
But
y'all.
I mean, you know, for you to leave $200,000 car, they said some people said $300,000.
It was up
Well, I don't
there.
give a fuck if it was $200,000, $300,000, $400,000.
Right.
It's a house, a nice house.
Yes.
Somebody was intoxicated,
Yeah.
No, maybe he was in there getting some.
but they was on that Terrence Williams.
No,
shit.
hey, no, maybe
Remember
he
Terrence
was-
Williams
no,
left his car and
no.
rode a bicycle.
Hey, we don't know what
And
the fuck they
still
was
went to
doing in there.
jail.
He could have been in there getting some head. You know
He
what
was
I'm saying?
probably
Like,
drunk though.
hey,
But you ain't going.
You want to lead a scene.
But if you getting head, that's not. If you getting head and you sober,
no,
you
what
can
I'm saying
pass
is
her.
they
You
had
ain't gonna
been-
turn no
no,
tree
what
up
I'm
getting no head
saying,
because you
they-
getting head, she ain't speeding.
No, what I'm saying, they was drinking. But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is he probably fucked up when, he got excited in it. Because I ain't gonna lie, we all in drove drunk before.
Hell yeah.
What tipsy?
Shit.
We don't know.
Today.
Right. That's about to happen in a couple hours.
Hell yeah.
Hey, I ain't say that. I ain't champion.
Now
that.
you give yourself an hour, you'll be straight.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you start. You
And we
stop
got some
drinking
food
now,
in here.
You give yourself an hour.
Hey, you know
Your
when
body
you
will metabolize.
when you
Right.
driving home drunk, bro. That's when you focus. No music.
Nigga, I'm not driving fast.
Like I
I
mean,
don't give a
that
fuck if it's the streets are dry, then
Hey.
A nun's yeah.
Hey, bro.
I am not driving fast.
I'm focused like it's a debate.
Nigga,
You know what I'm saying?
nigga, I'm driving like both hands on the steering wheel, like what's the driver's ed? Yeah. My driver's ed teacher. And I know our cars, they had that damn brake. They had a brake.
On the other side, yeah.
So I would never stop behind the stop sign. Because I had already been driving since I was 14. So as soon as I got in the car the first time, nigga, one hand on the steering wheel.
And they tell me,
not doing this. But anyway, I want to get off track. We're going to get back to...
yeah, man, but that was a sad day. You know, Terrence J. Happened to the best of them.
That's a tough
You know, it happens to the best of them.
But the nigga from the game, Pooch, he got his baby in his lap.
Yeah.
And he drunk, hit 2 parked cars.
Sometimes I think these
you
niggas
know,
don't realize.
Duran Davis from the game.
I don't even know who y'all talking about. But
this nigga got so many felony charges right now. And his show is dope on Showtime.
His child is 2 years old, and he was drunk.
He gonna fuck around and lose them kids.
The child was in the lap.
Right.
He gonna fuck around and lose them kids.
My daddy had me in my lap, but I was like 7.
But you was riding to the store.
This was a baby.
You wasn't on the highway.
And
you
he didn't smell like liquor. Yeah,
my daddy was on the highway.
Right.
He was in the intersection. They said somebody noticed this. Like
nigga hit 2 parked cars.
What are you doing?
He was too drunk to even give a sobriety test.
Nigga named me as Pooch.
That's how you know you got a problem.
I think the homie got a problem.
Yeah, that's how you know you got a problem.
Yeah, that's all that is.
Pooch.
Nigga named Pooch.
Get your shit together, Pooch.
Pooch, move better, Pooch. You got to move better, Pooch. Because they looking at you like Pooch now.
Man.
Right.
You Pooch right now, my nigga.
Yeah,
you Pooch.
your character.
Until this shit, nigga, you Pooch. Because I don't know when you're going to film again on the Showtime show. Man, I was out last week. It feel good.
Oh, right. He is on Ray Donovan. That's right.
He's on Ray Donovan, yeah.
Oh, he got a job again?
Oh, yeah. He been getting checks.
Twan, he been on Ray Donovan,
Is that Stars
bro.
or Showtime?
Showtime.
Yeah, he been getting Showtime
He been on,
checks.
and it's a dope show.
It's a live show.
Oh,
They got
but I don't know now.
Shout out to Pooch.
Ray Donovan.
That motherfucker be
He's
Carlton from Fresh Prince
gonna
be that nigga Carlton
It's
next
an Irish family, and he
Alfonso
is the
Ribeiro
mixed
gonna be.
black brother.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Ray Donovan.
It's gonna be Alfonso Ribeiro next season.
They gonna bring in another brother because it's all these Irish dudes.
Nigga, I ain't seen
his name Daryl.
I ain't seen the Bill Cosby. Nigga, I ain't seen the Cosby Show since he went to prison.
Oh man.
Oh, they say
Yeah.
Well, they been snatched him.
And you know,
they
they snatched him.
They been snatched him.
Oh man, you know.
We ain't gonna get into that. We touched on that shit last.
That's depressing. Cause I ain't gonna even lie. That nigga looked depressed. That was
and he
depressing
blind,
seeing
man.
him.
They saying niggas slap him with it. They saying niggas
That
slap
shit
him.
ain't real.
I won't believe that.
When I saw that meme, I was like, bro, if they don't get
They
out,
saying niggas slap with him. Hot dog buzz.
they'll get off my timeline.
Get this nigga out of general population.
That's all I'm thinking about is who's reporting.
Get out of general population.
I want to know who photoshopped him.
It's elite.
on
Y'all
the-
talking about the one who when he
I
Tookie Cosby.
was like, really?
They
Who
got this
did
nigga like
this?
Tookie Cosby.
Who did this?
Oh my God, let me stop.
They doing that, man.
Man, Bill Cosby is really in real jail right now. That's
Straight
shit
up.
crazy.
His legacy is done. And what's
That's
crazy?
crazy.
I'm not. If he did do it, but the woman admitted she took the pill. Yeah, we did. We ain't gonna go. On that. We ain't gonna get on that shit, man. So that's what we touching on next, man.
You know, speaking of more niggas fucking up.
Uh-oh.
But this time it ain't black niggas, it's white niggas.
And niggas come in all colors.
You know them.
Wow, you know why they bullshit.
A lot of these niggas right here that I'm about to go in on.
Uh-oh.
It's the 50 up white man. You know, them niggas rolled for each other last week in that Kavanaugh shit.
Yep.
Hey, they rolled hard.
True
like
true. That's a true statement. That's a true statement.
And you know, since we have a woman in here, you know, I wanted to get that perception because I ain't gonna lie, that shit kind of it's scary to think about in two ways. You know, when you got a president that's pretty much saying it's dangerous right now for the accused, right now.
But then the Central Park 5.
Yeah, like
this motherfucker went to crucify.
I'm like, you wanted to get them. You wanted to get their ass to the chair
before they went to court.
Before court,
Yeah.
But now you want us to be hesitant and and
he apologized to Kavanaugh.
Like nigga, what?
Right.
You apologize, and I believe what was her name?
Dr. Ford.
I believed her statement. And I listened to it. I mean,
because you don't put yourself out there when you're a respectable person.
She didn't want no money.
It's like you don't put yourself out there. You had nothing to gain from putting yourself out there.
And it was already on record.
She's getting
way
more
before
grief
the
than gain right now.
So
2012.
Yeah, it was already on record.
It was already exactly. So what is she gonna gain from that?
That's
but you want to apologize to this man? your family's been through this, and now motherfuckers is innocent until they're proven guilty. But you want to crucify the
Central Park
Central
5
Park
took an
5.
ad out of the New York
And
Times.
they got,
have y'all seen any footage of like him interacting with his family? Kavanaugh?
No.
Oh,
they don't fuck with. Did you see?
Hey,
Did you see the picture?
You gotta look at that shit when after he gets sworn in, or like when he's coming up to the.
His own daughter don't fuck with him.
Gee,
Really?
It's so weird. It's the
How old is his
coldest
daughter?
interaction. He got two. It's like two daughters. He got
One
two
like
daughters.
12.
Yeah, one like
Don't
12.
fuck
Another
with
one maybe like 9.
Because they
something
done
like
seen
that.
some shit.
And his wife.
They done
Hey,
seen some
messing with
shit.
his
You
daughter.
gotta
They done
see that
seen some
shit.
shit.
They seen something.
They done seen something.
Because his wife, because it's all for show. His wife got this plastic smile as she walks over to him and hugs him.
Because if your
And then-
daughters don't fuck with you, that's
All they arms is down like this as he's standing next to him, and it's the weirdest thing. The way he is like patting her on the back,
It's so choreographed.
and her wife is kind of like his wife is kind of sitting there just like it is. It's the coldest interaction you'll see between the family. So
That's how
it's-
you know
there is something going
they
on.
probably sleep in separate rooms.
probably do.
Like,
I know
Sure
Trump
they
don't
do.
sleep with his wife.
well,
Oh no,
well, Melania,
they don't even live together.
Melania came out today and said she doesn't even care about.
Damn.
You know, they asked
passionate about
they
that.
asked her
They
about
don't
the
live together.
infidelity claims, about Trump's infidelity claims. She said she doesn't care about those.
Because she knows.
Because she know as
You know,
as
you
soon as
gotta
he
do
not
that
president
shit.
no more, she gone, bro. The only reason
Hey,
she
She
ain't
ain't going
filed for a
nowhere.
divorce, no, she gonna be gone.
She ain't going nowhere.
I think she is.
as long as her
I think
allowance
once
checks
he,
are clear,
I think
she
once
ain't
his,
going nowhere, bro.
but no, I think once
That
his
bread
presidency
clear.
is up,
I'm gonna
Oh,
say-
after
I
they
think
done?
after the presidency, I think she's
I don't
gone.
think so.
I don't think so because I really feel like she like, man, whether I'm here
She
or
don't
not.
give a fuck.
He got
Well,
her
she
parents
fucking, I
over
mean,
here.
she
You
fucking
gotta
somebody
think,
on the side.
You know, he done got her parents over
She
there.
fucking somebody on the side.
She probably fucking
Fuck
one
that.
of them Secret
Definitely.
Service.
She fucking a nigga that
She
look
probably
like
fucking-
us.
They know where all
This nigga about
guard.
6'4",
They know
6'5",
Hey, they-
and got a mule.
They know where all the
Right.
dark spots are in the White House. You
And
know?
he probably telling her, call me Donald. Call me Donald. I'm really gonna bust your
Donald
ass
ain't
out.
smelled that vagina in about 4 years.
Donald ain't really smelling shit. He's a hateful.
That nigga.
Spider, cut your mic on, goddamn it.
No, it's on.
All right, but I think, in my opinion, I think once his presidency is up, I think she gone.
I'm willing to put away.
Obama had to
that.
escort her up the stairs.
Don't give a fuck.
This motherfucker, when
They
he got,
just need to hear it
when
be
he,
done.
whenever the Obamas gave him the shit, when she got out the limo,
Yeah.
he displayed the most disrespectful shit
He left
you can ever do to your wife.
You left her.
This supposed to be your better
He
half.
turned his back.
This supposed to be your better half. Because trust me, and I will say this, without Michelle, I don't think Obama would be. Because I do believe in this. It might be old school. The young niggas might be like, no, nigga, I'm a man, whatever. To be in power like that, you got to have a motherfucker next to you. Not behind you. I will always say, my woman going to be next to me, not behind me. You got to have somebody like that to be like, you know what, don't do that. Don't say that. Because I'm pretty sure there's a couple times Obama might want to say, you know what, fuck this shit. I'm finna go out here. And Michelle was like, no, nigga, don't do that.
Hey.
Sasha and Malay, they ain't.
Like,
We trying to get
Barack,
them in Harvard.
Calm down.
Stop.
Look at me.
You know
Look
what?
At me,
Look
Barack.
at me, nigga.
Look
And
at
he
me.
was like, you know what? And every good man needs that. And
And
we
to-
respect that as a strong black woman.
To add to that narrative, even when some folks do say behind, I think it's more so in the sense of like she puts herself behind him to push his ass
Yes,
forward. Like
forward.
because women are far. I believe that women are far more dynamic than men.
Absolutely.
And so when
I
it
agree with that.
Yeah, and so
I
a lot
agree
of
with that.
times, because of the world we live in, the opportunities for
right.
us it's a little bit more accessible.
Right.
And so a lot of times it's like, this is the man that I love. I'm gonna make him into something great, and that's one of the things that happens all the time. It's like I make him.
A good woman will make you grind hard.
Oh,
They
yeah.
challenge you.
Will make you,
Right.
especially if you
They'll
really give a
challenge you.
fuck about her and you give a fuck about what she feel about you.
Right.
Oh, you gonna grind harder. Especially
if-
if her grind match your grind,
Right.
you gonna want to grind harder.
But if she's a real one, she will definitely she'll put everything she has into that man.
Yep.
Like everything.
black women.
I have put everything
I don't know about other races,
into
but
a
black
man,
women will.
and then have him not understand that I'm putting everything into him and everything I have
Sorry,
into him
Spider.
to do what he needs to do to take care of us so that he can become the man that I know that he
Absolutely.
is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Absolutely.
if you don't have that, then Yeah, I agree.
Every strong black man, I will say this, every strong black man needs a strong black woman.
Every Martin needs a Coretta, man, and every Malcolm needs his Betty.
Need his Betty, man. Real talk, man. I mean, because it's sometimes whenever we don't, I mean, as strong black men, we can be prideful.
Oh, yeah.
And like I've always been told, there's only one type of pride is foolish pride. There is no type of good pride, is what I've always been told. But we're going to be prideful. But we can be at our job, we can be at our company, we can be anywhere, and somebody trying to give us, criticism or constructive criticism, advice, we might not take it, but we'll go home to that strong black woman that we love
and
confide everything in her.
Right.
Babe, what do I need to do? These motherfuckers is this, these motherfuckers is that. You tell me what I need to do.
That's the hard thing about being a bachelor sometimes, bro. I ain't gonna lie,
you
man.
You a new bachelor.
I just got out here. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
But
you don't sound, you're like, I just got out here.
That's for another show.
You know it's raining.
Right.
When it's cold outside.
That's all right,
girl,
though, man.
Who are you holding?
Hey.
Shout out to my nigga Sauce, man. Hey, it ain't that cold.
Hey, man, I ain't gonna shake back.
Right.
Back.
Yeah.
We in there. Hey.
You good.
Hey, I
Good,
said
man.
a little bit. We in there. You know,
Don't kill you, make it stronger, man.
But yeah, man. So, hey, man, we didn't spoke about pop culture and everything. Spence. I wanted to get into, your career and everything with the art, man.
Yeah.
I watch you from afar, and I've been very impressed with, just the progression. Because I remember when you first started, like posting your work, I didn't even know you were in art. I didn't even know you were a painter.
It wasn't crayons, was it?
Nah. Hey, bro, but
Fucking with you,
I remember the piece that caught my attention is the one you did for your mom. With the orange and white hat on. That's the one that caught my attention. I was like, damn. So let us know exactly like how you got your start. Like, when did you realize you had that artistic bug,
And to tell the truth, I've been drawing since I was 3, when everybody started drawing, really. And but I had the connection I had with it was the idea of storytelling. Right, is what it was. It was like it was like a universal way of telling a story, because it don't matter what language you speak.
Telling your story.
You see something visual, it's like you can make something out of that. So it was just something that was always part of me, and it wasn't until I saw another black man doing it as a career in my junior year in high school, and that's the first time I took it seriously. Is like, oh, you could do this, because he told, like, it was I was in this competition called AXO, and they brought this brother in, and for those who grew up in Houston, there was this advertisement.
Oh, you from the H?
I'm from the H. Yeah. Okay. So there was an advertisement like back in the late 90s. It was late 90s. It was when Elijah Wan and Barkley and all them was on the squad, and the advertisement was HEB, and it was like child versions of them, and it was a painting of them all on a bench, like a park bench, like outside, and everybody remembers that thing, and he brought that painting up, and he was like, I'm the one that did that. I'm like, you did that? I never met a black artist before.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I had all the questions for him. I was like, so you could do this as a career? Because what people always told me was, that's a hobby.
You can't make money
Yeah,
off of it.
go get a real job. You know what I'm saying? And so he was like, yeah, you go to school for that. You go to school for that. And so that's when I got serious about it, and I went to University of Missouri and then got a bachelor's in fine arts, a double major in drawing and painting.
Shout out.
Oh yeah, and so we was out there, and so I got more serious about it then, and I spent some time at HISD teaching, taught art in a couple high schools, and then I went to grad school, and that's when it really got real for me, because there had to be an idea that was behind it, and so it was just because you get there, they don't tell you what to do in grad school, like they just like, all right, so you figure out what your research is gonna be, and then we'll talk about it. I didn't even know what to get into, so I was like, okay, what's on my mind? I was fresh out of working at HISD, so I was like, man, there was something I thought about all the time, and being there, I was the only art teacher at North Forest High School. It's where Smiley used to be.
Right.
Okay.
predominantly black area.
That's in the hood.
Yeah, predominantly black areas in the north side.
I was about to ask.
Yeah, that's on the north side. So like, there's not a whole lot of resources and opportunities there. Right. So one of the things I noticed was I taught about a third of the school, and so my method of teaching is connecting with everybody. And so one of the things I realized from connecting with all my students is that none of them felt sorry for themselves at all. They all were proud about who they were. However, they had this glass ceiling mentality that was connected to them being black. There's only so far I could go, Mr. Evans. Like and they were cool with it. They were like, I figure I'll graduate and I'll do this and I'll do that and blah, 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 and that's gonna be it. And I'm like, well, what about this? They're like, well, I don't really care to travel. Huh. Okay, what do you like? I like this, but there's that. That seemed like that's doing too much. And this is legit like how they was feeling. It was like, well, my mama said this and like such and such said that. And so I made a series that was about black people. And I painted them as deities, like they were more than human. And I focused on the skin. It was like when you see this skin, the light shines on it differently than any other skin, no matter where you are.
So you got that like blue radiance.
So this is before the blue. This is right before the blue. So this is what I wrote my statement to get into grad school. It was about my students. So I went back into that, and so I ended up changing the color of the skin because I want to change the idea of what this skin means. There's so many discussions about this skin all over the world, and a lot of times it has a negative connotation to it. People make these judgments about it, and none of us are immune to that. To the point where we don't even trust each other because of our skin. And so I changed it. It's tough.
It's heavy, man.
It says so much about like the way we see ourselves, and it translates to how we see each other. And so I changed the color of it because I turned it into something. Just for me, I wanted to turn it into something that had like depth. It was something that was different, and I wanted to change what it meant. And then it blossomed into something else. And so I stuck with the color blue because I think about the associations of blue and like what it can mean, whether it has to do with a mood or some of the things that we see that are blue that we kind of connect to. If you think about like the sky, like the ocean. And I think about like how this skin connects to that. So I think about the sky or the ocean. It's like, it's something it's endless. It's always been there. You can't see where it starts.
You can't see the end.
You can't see where it ends either.
And
so that's what I think about us. When I see it, it's just like we have been. If you look through history, bro, we've been everywhere. Everywhere.
We started history.
Where to start?
We show up.
I think that's why
everywhere.
I think that's why we hate it so much.
I think that's why we were taught to hate us so much.
But no, I'm saying
there you go.
No. I'm not saying.
Oh, that's why we are hated.
We are hated because I feel like, and hell, I'm gonna say it. Don't no other race hate us more than the Anglo-Saxon race, and I feel like they hate us because they're not us. They have no other reason to hate it. Y'all brought us over here.
Well, they're scared of us. They're scared of black men. They're scared of
the black gene. Has always been the dominant gene.
Eb, you said it right.
They're scared of us.
A smart, intelligent black man is the worst enemy.
It's for our mind and our body,
That's
and
exactly.
because we are more powerful as well, and they know that.
Right.
So,
because you got to think. So that's why I'm glad. So to piggyback off of you had a story. It was a story behind all of your art. So it led you somewhere. I'm glad you spoke on that because a lot of times we look at art and we look at it on the surface. So I've never had the time to really and the chance to really, ask and incorporate the thoughts of that artist when you see, like the Dak Prescott mural. I reached out to that guy. He responded. I had some communication with him, Trey Wilder. And I honestly believe, the last couple of years, I've realized how impactful and powerful art is because it's a message that I honestly believe that you can take out of it what you want. And that's why it's always been so powerful to me, and I love actually seeing black art more than anything because a lot of times the stories behind it are so vast, and because I know you have. I know you focus a lot on painting the muses of people, and but it's like you said, they're normally doing something more elevated than just a human trait.
Right, exactly. And so, this is something that I've been working on. shit throughout grad school and then afterwards is trying to find the answers of like what it means or like how it feels to be a Black American. All right, and a lot of it, like shit, a lot of the stuff we do every day, it's like it's a Herculean effort for most people, but it's something that we do easily every day. So one of the things is the idea of us changing ourselves.
Okay.
All the time. We do that. We all speak English, but we speak several dialects of English. Right. Every Black American, especially the Black professional. We speak several dialects of English.
We can turn it on and off.
On and off. We code switch. And we don't and
they don't like that shit.
They don't even know we do it. They don't even know we do it. It's a thing. I gave this talk. I did a lecture series at the Museum of Modern Art in Fort Worth a couple of years ago, when the brother that painted Barack, Kehinde Wiley, his show was there, and so I did a lecture series when I was there about his work. And one of the things had to do with like masks that Black folks wear, and so it's mainly just white patrons that come in, and so I was talking to them about that, and they had no idea that this was a thing that Black folks do. And being in the art realm, it's full of liberals who pride themselves on being progressive, And I have Black friends, blah blah blah, this that and the other. Yeah. And then one of they heads almost flew off their shoulders when I told them that the Black people you don't even know.
The access is limited.
Hey, we all damn. You gotta say that shit again. Like that shit means
that's what because what they showing you.
People that you know,
you don't really know.
You don't even know them because what they showing you is a representative. And so one of the things that I've connected to the Black experience is the fact that we're all contortionists, in a sense. We're all in shape to bend ourselves into smaller versions or like an obscured version to adapt and fit into a place that we don't belong.
We can feel comfortable a little bit. And we don't belong. Like you said, we don't belong.
It's not for us to feel comfortable.
Exactly.
It's
for them to feel comfortable.
Because their discomfort is dangerous.
They're accepting you.
Exactly.
So, if they accept me, I'm comfortable. Yeah. No, they're comfortable.
Because because I'm going to tell you this. White fragility and white discomfort is awfully dangerous for us. Right. Off the rip. We get the cops called on us again, bro. White fragility and white discomfort is terribly dangerous for Black people. We get these phone. They call the laws on us.
I've had a situation like
that. Hey, that's real shit.
I got taken in one time in Corsicana.
Shout out to Corsicana. Yeah, my family in Corsicana.
Hey, I'm not the biggest guy. I'm probably 5'10".
I remember the story, Source.
About 230. I don't think I'm massive.
You think?
But the guy,
you strong.
Pause.
Pause. Yeah, you ain't lying. No homo.
But he was like,
no homo.
But the guy, when he took me in,
that's my nigga though.
He was asking me questions. What do you do? Things like that. I'm talking to him. He was like, "You one of the good ones."
See, when you tell me some shit like that, it's like.
So he was like, "Hey man, I just want to give you, I just want to say, man, thanks for not giving me a hard time. You're not the smallest guy, and thank you for not making it difficult."
So that's why you was
cop the good ones, is thanking me for being obedient.
Yeah,
it's like, so that lets you know he.
That's why I say since you obeyed, you was the good.
No, but he went into it though hesitant.
Yeah,
he was scared.
And so a lot of times fear, it allows you to act in a way that you are not actually fully.
And fear will get you killed.
Yes, what I'm saying. You're not fully. Yeah. You're not fully in control because fear can have you act
It'll make
in a
you
very
do some
rash,
shit.
in a rash fashion.
Yeah. But it's so bad that they fear us so much.
And that's the scary part because I'm like, bro.
They really fear us. That's why they kill us.
Imagine if it was four, instead of it just being one of me, it was four of us.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. He was shot in the car. He was shot in the car.
So if you just scared of one.
He would have walked to your window. He would have told y'all all to get out.
I went to predominantly white high schools. You went to Episcopal.
Shit, me too, Louisville.
I went to St. Thomas. My name.
Shout out to Louisville. The early 90s.
You went to Louisville in the early 90s.
It's different now.
White school.
When I was in Louisville, it was all white.
My daughter at Louisville High. So
it's still white. It's still
So we realized like we realized like exactly how it is to try to adapt and fit in. Right. A lot of times because I lived in South Park but went to Bel Air. So I had to turn it on and off.
Yep.
I couldn't communicate and correspond with my dudes in the hood the same way I did with the kids in Bel Air. Because what I also realized though is they were more impressed by my blackness than I was by their whiteness.
Right.
They wanted to show me off like the new toy. You know what I'm
but
saying?
That's what
like,
yeah.
Think of it like this. How many times have you been invited to your white friend's house openly? You know what I'm saying? But have you ever invited your white friend over to your house?
Hell no.
Because I don't know if you're ready for this.
No, I'm not.
Because
I really don't have no white friend. I mean, I'm not racist, but I don't have no white friend.
When I was in high school, though, like
I got white coworkers.
What I'm noticing is, I'm looking at it like this.
Spider, goddamn me. Spider, you can come to the crib. Real talk. Spider can come to the crib.
I look at it like this, though, man. You know, I honestly believe, like, we've always been protective of our culture. You know, so letting you into our inner thoughts and our inner conversations has always been hard to get into. And that's why I'm glad you said that, because, you know, you can have a white friend, but what you know about me is on the surface.
You don't know about me.
The conversations that I have with my black friends, I never have with you.
I'll never have with you.
You getting the
because if I try to have it with you, but see, the thing about it is, when you have a white friend, I don't give a damn if it's a white girlfriend, and I mean, fuck it, I'll throw this shit in here. No, I don't give a fuck. When you're used to a certain thing and you try to do something else, and say it's with another race, okay, you may go into it like, okay, this person ain't gonna understand everything. But when shit really hit the fan, like this Trump shit 2 years ago, Trump shit hit when we had the
you were dating.
Stop, nigga! I'm on subliminals. What the fuck, nigga? Goddamn! Shit, this motherfucker here.
I was like this.
That's why I love my nigga, because he know I'm an asshole, but he tried to throw. He tried to throw
that nigga, bro.
He was trying to dance around, and you just put it out there. Hey, so what he trying to say is he was dating one.
My nigga, I love my nigga, but he ain't shit. God damn it. And I don't say I love a lot of niggas. That's my nigga. But anyway, you motherfucking source. You fucking motherfucker.
I had to bring some enlightenment to the fans, you know.
If you really, whether it be relationship, whether it be good friend, whether it be, okay, I'm trying to do this or whatever. And then when some shit happened, like 16. Okay, remember when we had the march or the protest at Town Hall? When, quote unquote, the black man killed all those cops.
The cops, yeah.
Quote unquote.
Yeah.
I will say, and I still say that, quote unquote. So when you're dealing with somebody who in another race and they say some shit like, well, why did, I don't even see why they went and protested that night. They knew that this was going to happen. What do you do? What do you say?
That's when you start second guessing your shit.
That's when you be like, you look in the mirror and text your mama.
Mama,
you told me.
It's a tough deal, man.
Mama, you told me. Please forgive me.
Hey.
But it's like you said, and I'm piggybacking off what you said, it's like, okay, you can be in this demographic, but when it really come down to it, that real shit gonna show.
You gotta pick
it's gonna show.
Off the rip. Hey, look.
Just like Kanye, nigga, it's gonna show, bro. And I don't want to bring Kanye back into it, but I will say that to say this. Okay, you gave him this hug and all this, whatever. I don't know. I think Kanye just really off his medicine. I really don't think.
But bring it back to what you were saying, though. We ain't going to give him no more shine.
Thank you. What I'm saying is, like you were saying, bro, okay, we can do everything, whatever, and protest, and we doing all positive shit. But the
news. Or I don't read it, or I'm like, I don't do it. I don't allow any of that into my life.
Well, and I've dealt with people, that looked at it from that perspective. Because sometimes sometimes it's just overwhelming, especially in this day and age.
The shit's depressing.
It's like, I have to control the amount of intake that I take sometimes, because it can lead you to be in a very dark place sometimes, especially when you realize there's nothing you can do about it at this moment. Politics is a very patient thing, because everybody has their turn, so it's like Trump gets elected, you got to wait 4 years, and then you got to wait on pins and needles, hoping that if he runs again, and I know he will, that he loses this time.
But he trying to set it up to now where he won't fucking, just like the fucking governor. Well, he's the Secretary of State now in Georgia, but this motherfucker blocked 53,000 new new registered votes.
That's just like in Texas. You can't register online.
But it's like you the fucking but
my grandmother.
But say, bro,
my grandmother is she's pretty much she can't get around like that. She doesn't drive, so they make it to where.
But bro, this
if
nigga
you're not paying attention, you're not even gonna register.
But no, this is some old other shit.
You gonna miss it. You know what I'm
saying?
saying?
This is some old other shit. This nigga is the Secretary of State, and he's running for governor. So you know the Secretary of State handles all the votes and all the. So it's like a he's damn near doing illegal shit, but he's doing it to the lines of, you know what, it's not illegal, but if we make one little bitty mistake, it will be. But it's a black woman that's running for governor of fucking Georgia.
She's like old boy Bakari Sellers.
Ain't she the mayor of Atlanta?
Oh.
Well, no. I'm thinking of a chick from Compton. Yeah, I'm thinking of a chick from Compton. But no, she's running for governor. This motherfucker blocked 53,000 people. And he the Secretary of State running for governor. That just lets you know how corrupt this system is. I'm not telling people not to vote. But it's like, damn, if you voting for a corrupt-ass fucking system.
No, we ain't even gonna go there. Vote.
Man. You gotta vote.
Yeah.
I mean, vote.
No, we ain't.
That's why I said don't vote. That's why I said I'm not saying don't vote.
Bro, don't let nobody. Don't let nobody discredit your vote.
No.
And I think that's why I get so pissed off because
I'm not saying not vote, my nigga.
I'm not talking about you.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about just as a whole.
Right.
Like October 9th was the last day you could register to vote
True.
for the midterms in Texas.
Yeah.
And I realize there's so many people out there that just don't care. Yep. And it's like, especially in the hood, because I got my own shit going on. That's how they feel. That's how we feel.
They ain't think about their kids.
They ain't think,
they got a 2-year-old kid. They ain't even think about their kids.
No, what I'm saying, like, they ain't gonna make no changes for me.
Right.
They don't care for me. As long as you feel that way, we get so caught up in the presidential election. That is not what moves.
Midterms move shit. The Senate and the House.
Midterms is what moves things.
The Senate and the House move
and
shit.
I think a lot of times we don't want to actually be active in the way we go about how we handle politics.
Well, I think
we do a lot of group thinking versus going and doing the research. Because a lot of times you'll realize, man, it's a lot of things out here that impact you personally. But you see it 3-4 years down the line, and you wish you had did something about it.
I think us as a people, we feel like, I ain't gonna say as a people, but a lot of us feel like if it don't influence us or impact us directly, what the fuck I'm gonna go vote? I'm on the corner. If I go vote, am I gonna be rich in the house? They ain't seeing the big picture, and that's what I'm saying. I think a lot of us feel like if it's not benefiting me now, why the fuck am I gonna go vote? Mm-hmm. I mean, it's sad. Because a lot of us died and spent many nights in prisons and you know, in the 40s and the 50s and the early 60s to have this vote. Now I vote, but I will say, like I just said, the shit is so fucking corrupt, bro. It's like, vote, you know, go out and do your vote, but I mean,
they're gonna have whoever they
These
want.
motherfuckers is gonna put in there who the
what
fuck
I'm saying. No,
Obama, we voted so big.
No. I see what you're saying.
Source, I'm not saying that shit to tell people not to vote.
No, what I'm saying is y'all get so caught up in this corruption thing. Like, no, listen,
it's the truth.
Listen. People get so caught up in they gonna put in who they want to put in. We've been thinking like that for 30, 40 years.
Nigga, who in office now?
But that is why a lot of motherfuckers don't vote.
I'm saying vote. We voted this last term.
I'm saying like
we voted this last term, bro,
like
and look what happened.
I feel like that's a cape though.
But no, look what happened this last term. We turned out.
We did not turn out. It shows we didn't turn out.
He lost the popular vote.
No,
he got in on some other shit.
But our demographic was not represented.
I know. And
so
I get
that's what I'm saying.
And I get that.
And that's what it's been trending down because we looked like we didn't see anybody that looked like us.
But
y'all get so caught up in the hype.
So who the next person gonna get in office that look like us?
No, but that's the thing. It ain't about that. It's about
ain't nobody gonna come out in masses unless somebody else look like us.
Dunny, every ally does not look like you.
But I'm saying,
no, Dunny.
Until we ain't gonna never come out in masses no more until somebody look like.
Every
and it's
ally
sad to say
does
that,
not look like you. So don't hang your hat on somebody that looks like me.
Source, you know I'm not saying that.
I'm not saying you,
but I'm saying us as a people, we are not going to come out in masses again.
But there are people that
until somebody look like it's Antoine. It's sad. I mean, I don't want it to be that way.
I'll say this,
but you know. Obama got in because everybody came out in masses, bro. It was like,
yeah, you're right.
Even if they tried to sway the vote, they couldn't. Obama couldn't lose, bro. He couldn't.
I'll
lose.
say this, because like waiting on another candidate to look like us,
we can't do that.
That's
my point, bro. That's
my
point.
I do have hope in this, which is also kind of grim to think about. But we won't come out in droves until it's cool to vote again, no matter who the candidate is, because that's what it is. Because like that's what people are trying to do with the midterm elections. Trying to make it, trying to make it cool again. Like, look.
Right.
Bring y'all ass back out. This
counts.
big, exactly.
Right.
This shit means something.
Right.
Bring y'all ass back out and let's do this shit again. Because that's really what matters. The shit is cool. Because if it wasn't cool to vote for Barack, it wouldn't have happened.
Right. Exactly.
It wouldn't have happened. But like the shit was
cool.
I'm telling you, that was the coolest shit ever.
Exactly.
He was the coolest president ever. That's what it was.
That's why we came out.
That shit ain't happening. That shit ain't happening.
I don't see it. I don't see another.
I don't see it happening right now.
So that can't be
like,
the excuse.
And that's why I said until another
cool
president
again,
look like us, we ain't gonna come out in the masses. And it's sad to say that, but
I got more faith in my people than that.
Yeah, I do. I think.
I mean,
it should become
Twan, you know I do too.
It's good.
You know I do too. But like you said,
that's
we
why I'm
gotta
not
do
even
this
speaking to that.
midterm
I'm not
shit.
even speaking to that because I got more faith in my people than that. I'm not even going.
So we talking about
that.
midterms or we talking about presidential?
I'm not because I look at it like this. My brother, 25 years old, he hit the clubs and he be out there. It made me proud as a brother when I saw him put in his Insta story. Pretty much a reminder. This somebody that has a small following of people that look like him that's around his demographic. Y'all go vote. That's a reminder. Like I feel like that's just the footwork. You don't have to be probed and pushed into actually standing behind something of good. And that's why I don't want to just sit there and do the whole, they gonna put in who they want to put in, because then you just going there half stepping.
But you
because you believe
that.
like you ain't.
But
gonna
that's
have no
one.
impact.
You know that's the reality.
That is
of the
the biggest
right
misperception.
Yeah, I think
what do you mean, bro?
Because
that may be a thing.
So y'all feel like Donald Trump got?
You looking at the president?
Do you feel like Donald Trump is the president because
there is no electoral college?
Listen.
There is no electoral college for senators. There is no electoral college for your congressman. That means your ass go vote.
But you talking about who got elected?
No, you paying attention to the presidential.
No.
Listen. The electoral college had control over the presidential
I get that.
election.
Right.
It's no electoral college for the senators and Congress.
You're right.
So you take your ass out there and vote because it's straight popular vote.
And you're right.
That's what I'm saying. So don't believe they're gonna put in who they want to believe for your midterm elections, because ain't no electoral college. There's no third party.
Vote for midterms.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, vote for midterms.
Because that's where a lot of your movement has.
That's your local shit.
Exactly.
That's your
and
local
that's
shit.
Where your movement,
and
that's where your movement is impacted. And so I'm not even gonna go out there and say that. Because that's the first thing a black man want to say or a black woman want to say is
midterms
they ain't going to put in who they want to put in. I'm not leading to that. I'm not leaving it there.
No. But no, you said midterms, yes. I agree. Midterms is the most important. That's your prosecutors. That's your judges. That's your sheriffs. But I'm talking about, I thought we was talking about the presidency then.
That's what I'm saying. We get so caught up in it.
But no. I'm not caught up on that. But that's what I thought we was talking about. But midterms, hell yeah. Please vote for midterms.
Yeah, man.
Presidential votes, I'm on the fence with that shit. Don't get me wrong, I'll vote, but I ain't finna just run down there.
We ain't really helped though. I'm gonna tell you that shit.
And that's just
a lot of black folks was fucking around when it came to that presidential election. Like people was not only people who decided not to vote.
Right,
there was people who was doing.
And I voted.
Yeah, I did too.
Voted.
And there was people who was doing them silly ass protest votes, like writing in shit. And voting, which basically means nothing.
Nothing.
That kind of dumb ass shit.
Don't count.
It don't, and it's like you playing games.
Yeah,
that kind of shit is silly.
That's like super lazy.
Yeah, you just motherfuckers was writing in Harambe or Barack's name.
Let's just get your ass out of here.
Like, gee, what you doing? Yeah. And they got. We fucking lost that shit.
But Source, I see what you're saying. Though,
yeah, that's all I'm saying. I
see what you're saying.
What I'm saying
agree
is
totally.
like, because it ain't no electoral. That's all I was saying.
No, it's not.
You go out there and you vote. The popular vote is what it is for the midterm election.
That's true.
So,
but these motherfuckers, when it come down to, and I know we gonna segue into something else.
No,
we've
been here a while, so we gonna.
These motherfuckers, the top is dirty. We know this. Everybody who in power, these motherfuckers is dirty. It is what it is. They gonna make sure that unless we come out in Obama numbers.
I'm not believing that.
Really?
The reason I'm not believing that because
you don't think that they ain't gonna take what they want, bro?
All right, bro.
They've been doing it.
That is such the black man's perception of life.
No, bro.
It's like
and you know I'm not on no shit like that. You know that.
You know we gonna digress.
Yeah, we will. We'll talk about this shit when we smoking the blunt.
We gonna digress. You know
when we smoking later, we gonna talk about this.
So
shit
we
now.
got, I guess, Ebony, what you got? What you got in the near future?
So I am currently writing a book about my adoption story. It's for youth from 6th grade all the way until 12th. It's just in regards to my adoption story, and like it's based on a true story. So I have a writer in Houston.
Shout out.
I have a ghostwriter in Houston that's helping me. And writing a book is hard, y'all. It is hard.
Speaking of your adoption, have you met your birth mother?
So I just met my birth mother in August of last year. I met my brother. So So I did the ancestry DNA because I wanted to know my ethnicity and everything, and I was just curious, what. So did that. It took like 2.5 months. Y'all, my results came back on Easter morning. Like no lie, I know everybody how they feel about Easter, paganism, all that. But on Easter morning, like I got my results. And it told me, my results, and it connected you to people that I had no idea. Yeah. I was just like, I'm just gonna do this, ethnicity and all that, blah blah blah. It connected me with my birth aunt. Yeah. I found out it was my birth aunt, and she connected me to my birth mother. She actually lives in San Antonio, and my birth mother was in Nebraska. So she flew her down, and we drove to San Antonio, and I met her.
How was that interaction?
For the first time. It was surreal. Like it was weird. Like I was adopted when I was 6 weeks. I was in an orphanage for the first 6 weeks, and then I was adopted by my mom and dad. She was a foster child, so she didn't meet her birth mother until she was in 2010. Mm-hmm. So she was an adult when she met her birth mother. But it was weird. It was. I mean, we alike. We're so much alike, and our spirit seemed like it was the same. It was like the same type of spirit, but she'd lived a totally different life from what I lived. Right. And I thanked her for. I mean, she was 15. Yeah. When she gave birth to me, and
she wanted to give you a chance.
She took me home for a couple of weeks. Mm-hmm. And her foster parents were pro adoption, so they talked her into giving me up.
So do y'all still have correspondence?
I don't talk to my birth mother as much as I talk to my aunt.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm really close with my aunt and her daughter. So and my brother, I'm close. I met him in March. Actually, I met him at Union. He came down here, and he came to Union Park. He went to Union Park.
UP always get a shout out on here. Union Park, shout out.
I know. So, that was our first interaction in March, and we are so much alike as well. It's crazy how, like, the people that you are, bloodline, how much alike you are versus the person that that my adopted family, I love them. That's my family. Like, that's who they are, but these people that you don't know that are strangers, you're so much alike.
That's your truth.
Yeah, you're so much alike. It's so weird. Yeah. So I haven't met my father yet. I met my uncle on the phone, and they're Native American. So they're like, my grandmother is from a reservation in Nebraska, the Omaha Indians. That's who I'm a part of. So I am going to be applying for membership with them, tribal membership here soon. So yeah,
well, I'm looking forward to that book. So whenever
all this that I'm talking about, all of it's is in there.
That's what I'm saying. Whenever you want to come on the platform and and just basically put it out there, we're willing to we're willing to have you. You always have an open invite.
I appreciate it.
And Spence, what you got in the works, man?
Oh man, so I've been back in the studio. I have a show coming up that is it's in the summer. It opens. DJ? You said what?
You need a DJ?
I don't know. We'll see how it's in Houston. It's in Houston, man.
I travel.
Yeah. We'll iron out the details.
Yeah, we'll chop it.
So I got a show this opening in Houston it opens July 13th, and it's called 3 the Hard Way. It's myself and 2 other artists that this show's kind of been in the works for the past year. They've been trying to kind of like get everything together, and so they're finally putting it. I just actually got the email that they confirmed it like yesterday, and so we've been talking to. So I've been kind of talking to the coordinator and the curator for that. So we getting that together, man. I had it's been nice though. I've been having a little break because the past year has just been like back to back stuff, and so right now I'm able to kind of like decompress and start to get ready for like this next kind of like series. Yeah, because I'm coming off of, so this past year I went to Nigeria, and then a few months after that I backed out and went to Sudan. So part of my research, like a huge part of my research, had to do with image and identity. Over there, wasn't it? Yeah, yeah. So
was it musty?
Nah, G, it was actually
Really?
nah, man. They don't eat all the trash that we eat. So like they
I'm just asking shit.
Nah, bro. Like nah. You out of here, bro.
Yeah, I know.
But
they know what it is.
My research is connected to image and identity in the black community, like awesome. Black identity. Right. And so one of the things I wanted to look for, I did my ancestry research as well.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I think everybody needs to do it.
Yeah.
Everybody.
It's important.
Yeah,
it's important.
Yes.
And like
know where you come from.
It's really good because like a big part of our problems is us not knowing who we are.
Yeah.
So finding out specifically is good because like I'd actually found out from my eldest cousin on my mom's side of the family. She did hers. This was back in 2008. And she told us back then, like, okay, our family is actually from Nigeria and Cameroon. But it was 2008, so I was like, cool.
I have Nigerian, too.
And we all from there.
Yeah. And so I didn't think anything of it until I got out here and started thinking about my identity and, like, where we come from. So I did it. I did mine. And so I found it, and I pinpointed it.
See, my family from East Africa.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm East African.
That's all right, man. Yeah. So from there, I went and I was like, I wanted to find out more. And so my work ended up being about that. Yeah. So, so it's things like I said, I've slowed things down. I've just been really focusing on kind of like rebuilding my research for the next thing, for the next show that's coming up, and teaching at the school, man. That's
How can we follow you? I want to see your artwork.
You can find me on Instagram. It's Spencer Evans, SPENCER _art. Okay, so that gives you the who and the what.
You gotta let them know one more time, bro.
SPENCER _art. Spencer Evans _art.
Yeah, did you let them know where you can be?
Yes, Rare Essentials, RARE ESSENTIALS _
No, I'm letting you do your thing.
I'm like, what'd you say?
I didn't say that.
That's on all platforms, on Instagram, on Facebook, and it's rareessentialsmixologist.com. That's our website.
We really enjoy it.
Strong. Strong drink.
Hey, and it's always good to have, black curators in here, man. Some people that's making movements and actually being self-sustainable. And
no doubt.
Spencer, if you have anything in the works in the upcoming future, man, you got a platform. You got an open invite, man. We loved having you here.
No doubt.
I appreciate it.
Ebony, we loved having you. You got
Ebony knows she coming back. She knows she coming back.
Man, so we're
going to go nervous.
out. Spider, what you got over there for us to exit on,
coming
man?
in.
You got whatever you want.
Hey, man,
play that Quavo, man. That fucking what was that nigga shit he did?
Hey,
Quavo Dreams.
Quavo Dreams. Yeah.
No, Honcho Dreams.
That's what that joint's called.
Yeah, Honcho
okay.
Dreams. Yeah, Honcho Dreams.
He petty.
He was, but shit, nigga, stop talking shit.
I feel it.
Shout out to everybody. Twan, let them know who you is, man.
It's your boy Antoine, the Source.
DJ D-Boy Fresh, the charming, lovable asshole, I guess.
Ebony.
and
Spencer.
Hey, man. Peace and love, everybody. Peace and nothing but love. Leave your pistol.